change any choice you have ever made? Would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of the Inspired Choices Show, business optimization expert, Christine McIver.
That's right. I am here. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm really excited to be here because it's been a couple weeks and I've missed you. I've missed talking to you. And I'm very excited because there's a lot to share with you tonight. So if you're just joining and you're wondering what's the show about tonight we're talking about growing a team with little or no money. And if you are joining us on Facebook, thank you. You can always come over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com and join us in the chat room. And when you do that, you can actually ask your questions and make comments, and we have a lot of fun in the chat room. So before we get into tonight's show, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and why I think I can talk about this. So I am a business optimization coach. I am the CEO and the founder of the Inspired Choices Network. I have my previous career, I was in human resources for more than 20 years, I think it was, something like that. And so I've worked with teams, I've worked with businesses, I've worked with business owners. And in my own business, I have been working with entrepreneurs around the world, assisting them to really get clear about what they want to do, get a real strategy for their business so that they can grow their business. Here with the network, with all of our hosts, we work to show them how they can optimize their reach, optimize their message, and I work one-on-one with them so that they can really take their voice to the next level. As well as I work with a team. I have my own team that I've worked with, and I've had people assisting me in my business since I started this platform 7 years ago, actually. No, it was longer than that. Let me just think. In 2014, I was the least owner of a platform. And so that was 9 years ago. And then this year, 2023, is we're beginning the 7th year of the Inspired Choices Network. We started on January the 1st, 2017. And so we're already well into our 7th year. And I was just speaking with my great producer, Sarah, and I let her know that this is actually my 13th year of having my own show. And, people did say I talked a lot. Now I do talk a lot. I talk on air, on video, and I share about business. I share about things that I think are important to support other people, other businesses to grow, and for people to really learn how to have their own back in business. I think that business is exceptional. I love doing business. I remember I was driving home recently from Nova Scotia. I live in Ontario. I was driving home from Nova Scotia. It was a long drive. But on that drive, I was thinking about the business and I was thinking about the network. And, I was really pinching myself about what we've accomplished and all of the amazing people that have come through our doors and all the amazing people that I've had the honor and privilege of working with. And it's actually quite amazing at what we have accomplished as a team. And I started out as someone who charged a client $100 a month, had no team, and I really didn't know what I was doing. So for me to be able to look now at what we've created, what we've accomplished, and really be very happy with the progress that we continue to move forward with, it's astounding. And there's so many people that I really need to thank. And if I start this, the entire evening will be filled with those people. So if you're listening and you know that you've contributed, I want to say thank you. And we're super excited because tomorrow, so this, if you're listening live, it's January the 25th, 2023. And tomorrow, January the 26th, 2023, January the 26th is my mother's birthday as well. So I'm going to be celebrating two things. I'm going to be celebrating my mother's first birthday in heaven, as well as I'm going to be celebrating our newest service that we here at Inspired Choices Network have been working crazily to create. So tomorrow we launch our very first online summit. We are not the hosts of the summit. We are the hosts. We are the providers of the summit. So we're the summit providers. And we are the people that are doing all of the tech. We're doing all of the production. We're doing all of the setup. And afterwards, we are going to just be turning Summit business on their heads, because we are not only doing the events live and getting all the creation done and supporting all of the speakers and the three amazing hosts, Candace McKim. Sorry, the names are flying in my head. Candace McKim, Ranchelle Van Bryce, and Samantha Kawa. We are not only supporting the three of them, but we're also taking all of the production, post-production, and we are leveraging our distribution reach so that all of these phenomenal speakers can have the ability to have their voice and their interview accessible on more than 450 platforms. And there's nobody else out there doing that, but we're going to do it. So tomorrow launches that. It's called the Clarity Confidence Connection Summit. We will drop the link here in our chat if you would like to attend, because they have 81 speakers, 81 interviews. This is a 2-day event. There's going to be concurrent sessions going on, and you'll be able to choose which one you want to jump into. And they're also having their headline speaker is Jack Canfield. That's also going to be joining them. There's going to be so many amazing conversations, so many insights. They have free gifts. Every single one of these amazing speakers are giving away free gifts. So if you're a business person, run, don't walk, run to sign up for this event. There is going to be a treasure or two for you for sure. And if you would like to take advantage of the VIP session and the VIP gifts, which are valued over $40,000, you absolutely want to say yes to that. So if you cannot find the link, you can email me at info@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com and just put summit link in the subject line and I'll get that to you. So that's what makes me the authority on what we're going to be talking about tonight. So again, tonight's show is growing a team with little or no money. So let's jump into this. You have a desire to grow your business. You know your desires, your ideas have high potential to change the world around you. Yet you're one person with a desire to also have a life outside of your business. What's that about? Oh, you love your business and you love to work, yet you are smart enough to know that you cannot expand your business without a team. Growing a team begins with a strategy and a determination to build for the future. So tonight, I'm going to guide you into the possibilities of expanding beyond one person, a one-person show with little or no, like your imagination and very little cash to go along with it. So part of what I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be telling my story, because I think that when you have someone that has actually gone through the motions, you can learn a lot from what they did that was successful and what they wouldn't do again. So let me tell you all about that. So when I started out, as I said earlier, I was a one-person show, and I didn't know how to do a lot of things from an online perspective. I started my own business in 2008. And while I was very comfortable with email and going online, I didn't know how to create from online. So I was of the mindset then that I couldn't afford. I want you to really write this down. Couldn't afford. Just write those two words down. Couldn't afford. I was of the mindset then that I couldn't afford to hire someone to make a website. Okay. I was of the mindset that I couldn't afford to have an assistant. I was of the mindset that I couldn't afford to purchase different assets that would make my life easier and faster. And this is what I thought in my head. I'll figure it out. I'll just work a little longer. It's okay. I'm building my business. This is what everybody does. Well, I can tell you something. There are advantages and most certainly disadvantages, but more importantly, a high cost to doing it all yourself. And I can tell you from what I learned today when I'm speaking with my clients, I am telling them, don't do this yourself, hire someone. So let's just talk about websites. Yes, I know how to build a website. I probably utilized more than 100 hours of my time building my website. More than 100 hours for certain I did, because I didn't know anything. And even when you're watching videos or tutorials, it still took time. You watch that and then you go to try to do it and then you don't do it right, or the internet drops, or you didn't know how to add in the link and the picture doesn't right. So you got to adjust the picture, and then you get the picture and it won't fit. And then you're like, it doesn't line up right. And why isn't it linked to that other page? And how do people pay? And where do I put the link in for the pay? And it's, how many people, hands up, who's watching tonight, how many of you have been through that struggle of trying to navigate a website without being trained in creating a website? I would love to hear me. That certainly was me. And as I said, I spent a ton of time learning how to do that. Now, that is something that a service that I started to offer, was to build websites for people. However, it didn't bring me joy. It brought me a little bit of money, but it didn't bring me joy. I was still of the mindset that I have to do this in order to grow my business and in order to keep paying my bills. That's a very backwards, very expensive mindset. And I want you to challenge yourself if that's where you are today. You don't have to change it all at once, but you need to start really leaning into this, because this is what's going to really drag you down. And for a lot of people, if they're doing things that are not bringing them joy, they're going to close their business. And honestly, if you're not doing things that give you joy, your business is not going to be successful. Think of it like this. You're receiving information from your intuition, from your higher self, from your spirit, from the universe. You're receiving information all the time around what brings you joy and what does not bring you joy. You get that information coming at you all the time. If you're doing something you don't enjoy, it feels to me like the universe will actually turn up the challenges so you will finally stop it. I was honored this week to speak at an in-person event called Mo Mondays in Waterloo. And what I was talking about was creating magic in business. And what I did learn along my path in my life and in my business, when I started my business in 2008, what I learned was that, you know what, there are times when things got really intense, and that was actually magic, because that was the universe's way of saying, stop, Christine, stop. This is not for you. Move, shift, pivot, go in another direction. So that is the very first thing that I really want you to start looking at, because you cannot get to the place of hiring a team, no matter what amount of money you have. I don't care if you're a millionaire and this is your mindset, then you're not going to be hiring the right people. I can tell you that for definite, because you're going to hire people who are going to have the same type of mindset, and they're not going to be doing things that bring them joy. You get it? So that's a very, very important step. Now, we're going to go to break in a couple of minutes here, but this is an important step before we get to the how to hire a team. Your mindset, you as the entrepreneur, your mindset is paramount in everything that you're going to be doing and in everything that is required to support your business to not only continue, but to thrive and grow. So please, I want you to start taking notes, if possible, around that piece, or take them later after we're done. But I want you to really look at what are the things that you really enjoy, and what are the things that you're doing because you've got this mindset that you have to do this in order to survive in your business. That, my friends, is a lie. There is nothing that you have to do in order to survive. That energy of pushing yourself to do something will actually break you. All right, we're going to go to our first commercial break. If you are on Facebook and you'd like to continue the conversation, come on over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. chat room. Join us in the chat room. Ask your questions. Let's get a conversation going and let's really change things around our businesses in 2023. I would love to see lots of you in here asking questions. All right, my friends, you are listening to Inspired Choices with myself, Christine McIver, on the Inspired Choices Network. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hi, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. I am very excited about tonight's show because I think that this is a show that can make a huge difference in an entrepreneur's life. And that's what I love to do. I love to work with entrepreneurs to really have them lean into what lights them up. Now, whenever, this is something I've said in the past, and I really want to encourage you to remember this part, okay? Whenever you get to a space in your business, in your day, where you feel like, I just want to walk away. Maybe I should just close the business, right? When you get to that space, one, I want you to remember you're normal. And two, I want you to just sit down and take a breath and close your eyes for a minute and go back to that moment when you thought about starting your own business. Tap back into the energy of that magic, because that magic came through you so that it would enlighten and bring more joy and pleasure into your life. Don't give up yet, my friends. There are days absolutely that I'm right. I'm out. McIver out. I'm ready to leave. Certainly, I've had a number of those days recently. But guess what? Whenever you're being stretched, whenever you're growing, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. But keep looking at where is your mindset around this and what are the thoughts that are coming up that are not really truly in alignment with your values. That's where you know, okay, you're buying into something. Now you want to take a step back and look at it again. All right. So in the first segment, we talked about that you want to really look at your mindset and around what it is that you're thinking about, whether you have to do it or you in order to save money, or that it's a have to. That's something that's really, really critical. Your mindset absolutely is paramount in everything that you're doing. When you are a solopreneur, when it is you that is making the decisions, you've got all the responsibilities and you get the accolades, it's very, very important that you're very clear with yourself around your values. What is really important? When you come back to your values can actually help you get out of the belief systems you've bought into that are not true. Keep coming back to your values. Have a values conversation with your coach. And if you don't have a coach, reach out to me. I would love to be your coach. I would love to support you to grow and expand, to have more and more pleasure. Then what the next thing that you want to do is you want to start looking at, what is it that I would like a team member to do? Do you honestly know what you would like a team member to do? Now, when I first thought about having a team member, I wanted a team member because I had a lot of work to do, but I had not yet sorted what I wanted a team member to do and what I wanted to do. And sometimes, oh, we've got somebody in the chat room saying, I want Kim back. Well, Karen, she's just an ask away. Remember that. Up your ask. Remember, up your ask. That was a program I did a few years ago. It was really fun. I think I might be doing it again soon. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the very first thing that you want to do. And because a lot of entrepreneurs don't know to do this, we just get in there and we're just doing what we have to do and just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. What you want to do is you want to look at a typical week at all the activities that you are doing. Now, this can be overwhelming at first, but it is incredibly valuable. Take a document, an Excel spreadsheet is the easiest. Put it down the side in 15 or 30-minute increments, blocks along the left-hand side. Across the top, just start putting the tasks that you're doing, right? So you might be calling with a client. You might be checking my emails. You might be posting on social media. You might be doing accounting. There might be a number of, there's going to be more tasks than you realize. So put those across the top. And then all you do for 1 week, you need to do this for 1 week, what you want to do is, as you're doing your tasks, kind of have this document over here. And then what you want to do is just put an X in the spot, right? So from 8 to 8:30, I did this, and then just put an X in that spot. Okay. Do that across the board. All right. Do one for every day for 5 days. At the end of that, just add up the number of X's that you have under each of those tasks. Get the number for each of those days, multiply them by 30, and then you know how much time you have spent on every one of these tasks. Okay. That's step number 1. This is strategy 101 that I do with clients. This is critical work. Because I can tell you from my own experience, I didn't even know all of the things that I was doing. When you are the solopreneur, you're just doing them. You're doing them, you're doing them, you're doing them. You don't even realize what you are doing. You need to lay this out completely. So once you've laid out all the tasks that you've done and you can see where your time is being spent, then what you want to do is you want to get very discerning and you want to say, okay, I have 30 tasks that I'm doing every week. Truth. This is what you're going to do on everyone. You're going to go, truth. Do I enjoy doing that? Truth. Do I enjoy doing that? That's the only question that you're going to ask. Truth. Do I enjoy doing that? Truth. Do I enjoy doing that? When your brain goes into the, yeah, but you know what? You should do it. Yeah, but you're the best one at it. Yeah, but we wouldn't want anybody else to mess this up. Stop the yeah buts. That's your previously programmed brain from somebody else's belief systems. I want you to abandon that bullshit for now, okay? Abandon that ship, which is called bullshit. So go through it. And what I want you to do is just be really truthful with yourself and just say, truth, do I enjoy doing that? Truth, do I enjoy doing that? So out of those 30 tasks, you might come down and you might say, you know what, out of those 30 tasks, I only enjoy doing 20. So there are 10 tasks you don't enjoy doing. Now, if there's a task that you are doing that you do not enjoy doing, I can guarantee you 100% that you are taking longer to do it than if you enjoyed doing it. Can I get an amen on that one? How many of you know that you avoid doing it, that you're grumpy while you're doing it, that you just don't get ease and excitement when you're doing it, and therefore it takes a longer time, right? Totally makes sense, right, Karen? So when you identify the things that you do enjoy doing, that's a no-brainer. You can keep doing those for now. You're a solopreneur. You're just looking to start with your first person, right? So now you've got these other 10 tasks. Not only do you have the 10 tasks, but here's the really, really awesome thing. You don't enjoy doing them. So if those 10 tasks add up to, let's say, out of a week 164 hours, let's say out of those 10 tasks, let's say there are 15 hours. Okay, 15 hours. My math people, I need you to type in the chat room for me, please. Out of the 15 hours a week, those are tasks that you do not enjoy doing. Now, back to that, what I said, the people that would enjoy them would probably take less than 15 hours, right? So let's bring that 15 hours, let's bring that down to 12 hours. So if you were to hire someone, now think about that. If it's 15 hours, and if you're putting in, most entrepreneurs are putting in 50 to 60 hours, right? So let's say you're putting in 50 hours. So 50 hours minus 15, that brings you down to 35 hours. Now you probably are going to still do 50 hours of work. That's a good thing, because what could you do with those 15 hours? Look at that. What is it that you need more time to do? Do you want to write that book? Would 15 hours a week get that book written? Would 15 hours a week of actually connecting, making real connections with people and cultivating relationships to bring more clients on board, would that make a difference in your business? Of course it would. Of course it would. What if 15 hours a week getting your office organized, and maybe taking 5 of those 15 hours and going and spending some time with a loved one, or maybe an hour a day and you go for a walk in nature and you just recharge? Or what about you actually hire a coach and you work with them 1 hour a week, just an hour a week, to help you grow yourself and ultimately grow your business? Can you absolutely imagine the impact that an additional 15 hours in your business would make? Do you hear money? Because I can hear money. Because when you are investing time, which is the only thing that is the most valuable thing in the world, when you're investing 15 additional hours into growing you, your business is going to grow. Okay? I want you to really get this. Now let's come back to these 15 hours that you are not enjoying, but you've got somebody else that is going to enjoy this, right? So 12 hours. And if you paid a person, now the minimum wage in Canada right now, I believe, is $15.50. So let's say you paid the person 16 hours to start at $12, at 12 hours a week at $16 an hour would be $192. $192 a week. Now, most people their services are around $100 to $150. That is 1 to 2 hours of a service. 1 to 2 hours of a service. Now, let's really think about this, my friends. When you are looking at 1 to 2 hours and you get very strategic with your time and you hold yourself accountable to be really doing something amazing during those extra 15 hours a week, $192, you can make that very, very quickly, because your business is going to still be developing and moving forward at the same pace with someone assisting you. You are going to be very easily be able to make that $192, and I would suggest that you could easily triple or quadruple that amount of money so the $192 is actually an investment in growing your business financially and expanding the possibilities with your business. Does this make sense to you? Do you see the value? It's not. Most people see bringing a team member on as an expense. No, it's an investment. It's an investment in you. It's an investment in your mind. It's an investment in your pleasure. It's an investment in growing your business. It is an investment in adding to someone else's life as well. Can I get a hell yes on this? Because this is something that we need to be paying way more attention to. So guess what? That $192 that you were worried about paying out, when you're strategic and you have a plan, right? ends up being not only an investment, but a revenue generator. So how many of you are looking at growing a team member, really adding to your team as an expense as opposed to a revenue generator? Hiring someone to take work off of your plate that you don't enjoy is a revenue generator, not an expense. I want you to get that. That is a very important thing for you to acknowledge. Hiring a team member to take tasks off of your plate that you do not enjoy is a revenue generator, not an expense. How many of you are ready to invest in you and invest in your business possibilities with bringing a team member on? I did a show a few months ago. I forget the name of the show. It was about expenses and investments. And I know, Karen, you were there. And I went through a long list of items of what are really expenses and what are really investments. We'll get that show during the break so that you can go and check that out. But that is such a deal breaker in getting your mind straight around really what an investment is and what an expense is. Okay, my friends, we are up to our second break of the show. I hope that you're enjoying the show, and I hope you'll reach out, send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca, if you're looking for a coach that's really going to support you to grow, or if you're looking for more ideas, I would love to hear from you. So stick around. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right. Woo! Boy, these shows go fast. I just can't believe it, but I'm really having fun. This is a real important piece. I know it has been for me in learning to grow a business, and really it's an important piece for other entrepreneurs, because most of us, we first of all don't have all the skill sets. You don't have all the skill sets to do what needs to be done in business and be successful in business. Everybody knows somebody that started a business and stopped. Most of the time, the reason that they stopped business, it was not because they couldn't get the sales. Ultimately, yes, but it's not because they couldn't get the sales. It's because they were trying to do way too many things that they were not skilled at doing. You are not skilled at doing everything. Neither am I skilled at doing everything. No entrepreneur is skilled at doing everything. And if you want to grow your business, what you need is more time. And the way that you create more time in your week is by sharing the load with someone else. Now, you are going to have times where you feel like, you're holding on to something. You're like, no, I don't believe anybody could do as good as me. You're going to be challenged. You are. I was challenged. I thought, no, I don't want someone to mess it up. But then guess what? You'll get to a point where it's like, if I don't hire someone, it's going to be costing me more money every single solitary day. And then you want to step back and you want to start looking at the steps. So this is definitely something I can tell you, it cost me so much money and so much time in growing my business because I was doing it alone for so long. I didn't have team members. It was 2014. So that was 6 years that I hadn't hired anybody to do anything. I was doing it all by myself. And I really do believe today that if I had hired a coach, if I had hired an assistant, even for 10 hours a week, I think that I could have doubled my business by this point at the very least. Truthfully, I do, because I know what I know today. I know I'm growing my business much faster because of having team members. There's no way around it. And, it gives you the opportunity also to take a break and your business can still go on. Times when you need to take care of family, times when you need to take care of yourself. If you don't have somebody on, you are really risking your business at falling apart without you there. So these are just some more really important things to consider. So when you are looking at bringing someone on, I want to give you some ideas around what that's going to look like, right? First of all, I want you to really look at it as an investment. That's going to start to change your mindset around an expense. When we call it human resources, it's because it's a human and they are a resource. They are a resource. A resource is something that contributes to you. That's an asset to you, right? It's not an expense. And when you have someone who is on your team, who is taking care of the load, you're also expanding the knowledge. And the knowledge is key. The knowledge is everything in your business on how to do things. So what I know is one of the very first things that I had to do in order to be able to hand off some of these tasks is I needed to write out what's called an SOP. And an SOP is a standard operating procedure. So it's the step by step of every single solitary thing that needs to be done. That is incredibly difficult for most entrepreneurs to do because it becomes second nature in our heads around what we have to do. So what you want to do when you're starting that process is write out your standard operating procedures. If you don't have somebody on the team, hire somebody to do this with, or ask someone to assist you with this, and have them read through the operating procedures, the standard operating procedures, have them read through the SOPs, and have them mirror back to you what you've read. And as they mirror back to you what they've read, you will see where the gaps are. You'll see, oh my gosh, I forgot to put this in, I forgot to do this, or even have them walk through and do the steps as you watch them, right? And you will see, because how do I know? Because I did this. I thought I had all the steps, and then my team members, they were like, I don't understand. Did I miss something? And it was like, yeah, they didn't miss it. They missed it because I didn't put it down. So you want to go through and you want to have these very methodical step by step so that they can do the work, right? And they're going to be able to do it easier. So when you have the standard operating procedures listed, if that first employee that you bring on, if they aren't able to do it, guess what? You don't have to go through as big a curve in training because you have got these operating procedures listed out. So then you start going through with someone else, and step by step, they start to learn this much more quickly. So when you have these operating procedures completely listed out, here's the next really, really big thing, is you start to have more value and respect for yourself in what you've been able to accomplish, and you can see exactly what is required to do those steps. And from there, my friends, this is where you learn how to write out a job description. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be very, very raw. This is where you learn to write out the tasks. This is where, when you dive into this, you start to look at the skill set that's required, the traits that are required for these people. This is where you want to really understand exactly what that other person is like, that needs what they need to be like. Now, they don't need to be exactly like you, because remember, you didn't enjoy those tasks, not the first ones, right? You didn't enjoy them. So you don't want them to be exactly like you. You want them to have the traits that are required to do these tasks and the desire to do those tasks. So for instance, if you have somebody that, like, let's say you want to hire somebody to do social media for you, well, you want to understand how social these people are. You want to understand how comfortable they are on social media. You want to actually check out their social media profiles and see their activity. That's just one very short little example. But what you want to do is, when you're hiring someone, when you know what the tasks are, you have them written out properly, and you know what the traits are and the skill sets are that's going to be required for that job, guess what? You're going to hire smarter, and that's going to save you money, because they're not going to need as much training. They're going to be able to do the tasks more swiftly. So instead of it going from hiring somebody to do 12 hours a week and it going up to 15 or 20 because they're slow at it, they actually might reduce the number of hours, and they might do 8 hours and go, Christine, I need more tasks. I'm not doing as much as I want to be doing. Does that make sense, my friends? This is where, again, the investment in doing this pre-work makes such a big difference in being able to grow a team with little or no money. Now, the other piece is, no money is it. I wouldn't say that you're not going to pay out money, but the no money is that you can easily get the services so that it's not costing you an additional expense and an additional bill at the end of the month to pay that individual. One of the things that I did in the very, very beginning is I actually paid someone 50% of the time and swapped services 50% of the time for what I would owe them. Now, I want to caution you on this. I really want to caution you on this, because when you get into a trading services perspective, you have to, first of all, have it clearly in writing what that's going to look like. You need to track those services back and forth. You need to honor not only you and your time, you need to honor your business, because if you're giving your service away, you're not honoring your business, and your business can start to slide. You also want to honor that other person so that they feel that they are receiving the services that they are actually working for you in your business. I hope this makes sense. I'm not saying do not do trades, but I want to really caution you to have everything very clearly laid out, right? So that everyone is feeling supported and it is an equal exchange. In the laws of the universe, if there's not an equal exchange, there's a misbalance. And when there's a misbalance, just like something being out of balance, it's going to tip over. That's where it's going to end up costing you money and put a bad taste in your mouth. A lot of people have done that, and then they stopped actually hiring anyone for their business. And that becomes a detriment. I don't want to see you do that. I really want to see you grow that business and have fun and honor yourself, your business, and the other individual that you bring on. You know, I have been very fortunate in learning about hiring people and learning to get very clear with people. When you are very clear and you lay out exactly what you expect and from them and what they can expect from you, you end up hiring really strong people. And if they're not a fit, they will leave very, very quickly, or you will let them know that it's not a fit very, very quickly. When you are extremely clear with not only yourself, the tasks, the steps critical in those tasks, and you have you need to have a contract with every single person that you bring into your business, whether those persons are friends or family or not. Every single person needs to have a contract. You want to be clear so that you don't muddy the waters in the future. And I certainly did muddy the waters. There were a number of first relationships that I brought on that I was just like, oh, that'd be great. And everybody was happy in the beginning, right? But it wasn't clear. I didn't have everything laid out. So I really hope that you learned from me and you understand how amazing it can be when you have gone through these steps that I'm talking about, and they're where you start to bring people into your business that can actually be such an investment in growing your business. I'm very fortunate. I have 4 team members on my team right now who are they are so dynamic. Every single solitary one of them know their job. They know how to succeed. They support each other. And tomorrow we're all launching this new summit business together, and everybody's super excited. And I can't wait to celebrate with them all. We're all venturing into something brand new. And how exciting is it to be part of a new creation, and to know, for me, that I have this amazing team backing me up. How did I get so lucky? Really? Okay, we're going to go off to break before I start bawling. So you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm Christine McIver here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right. Everybody back on board. I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm not crying. It's okay. These are tears of joy, and I'm super honored to have amazing people around me. Like, when you can have a team that brings you pleasure and supports you to grow your business, and you are giving back to them and supporting them as well. I mean, how much more joy can you have? I know that I'm very, very lucky. And I know I've had relationships with people on my team that it didn't work out in that way. And it's unfortunate, but you know what? That's how we all learn to grow. So, when you have the desire to grow your business, you also have to be really strong with yourself. And you have to really be honest and say, okay, that one didn't work. Now, what do I need to do to learn to grow differently? You've got to, first and foremost, to have people on your team, to bring people in. If you were to just say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to hire someone for 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week over 52 weeks. I can't do math that fast. 5 times 52, that's 260 hours. Times $16, that's $4,160. Divided by 12, that's only $346 a month. Understand something. 5 hours a week can take the pressure off. It can give you the space and so much more, because you give them the things you don't enjoy doing. That just 5 hours a week, 5 hours only a week, will begin to make a significant difference in your life. You do not have to hire somebody full-time. You do not. I have never hired somebody full-time. I do anticipate one day that I will hire people full time. Today, that's not where it's at. Today, I'm looking at anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 15 hours a week for my different team members. And, that's a lot. I have 5 team members, so that's a lot more hours, but my business has been growing and expanding. But I didn't start there. I started with someone helping me just a few hours a week. Imagine if you were to be really honest with someone and say, I've never hired someone before and I'm nervous. And I would really love it if we could give this an opportunity of 3 months, that we could be really straight up and honest with each other around what's working and around what's not working. There are some amazing people out there that are looking to add maybe 5 to 10 to 15 hours extra work, into their work week. And I can tell you something, that today in 2023, there are more people desiring to work from home, not necessarily be in their own business, but to work from home than there ever has been. Today, you have the greatest opportunity to hire brilliant people to add to your team. If you are looking for someone, if you're looking for someone with a specific skill set and certain traits that you're aware of, reach out to me. Let me know what kind of support you're looking for. I will get you some connections. I know a great many people, and I know people that know a great many people that are looking for more opportunities to work from home. When you have the right match and you have your mindset correct, the cost is going to be minimal. The cost is going to be minimal, and it's going to be an investment in you and your business. And if you don't still think that this is something that you should do, I want you to ask yourself this question. If a year from now, I'm still working the same amount of hours, still feeling like I'm not getting ahead, would I want to continue my business? And if you immediately get a hell no, there's your answer. Hire someone. Remember what I always say, you can always make another choice. If it's not working, honor yourself and honor that other person and let them know, you know what, I don't think this is a match, or you know what, I thought I wanted to have a team member on and it's not for me. That's okay. If you're honest with someone up front and you continue to have conversations around the relationship with them, they are going to get it, and they're not going to be surprised by what you are saying to them, right? Again, my friends, every single solitary entrepreneur out there, you need a coach. If you're looking to grow your business, you need to have a business coach. I have 3 spots left in my business coaching practice. If you are looking for a business coach who's going to make some big changes really, really quickly and hold you accountable, both on a mindset basis and on a skills and tasks, and really get you to monetize and strategize your business, reach out to me. You can find me at inspiredchoices.ca. That's my personal website, inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Just send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Again, I want to let you know, tomorrow, the Inspired Choices Network is launching our very first summit. We are the summit providers now. That's a new service that we have. And you can find us doing that with Clarity, Confidence, Connection Summit, a 2-day summit with 81 speakers, Jack Canfield as their headline speaker. It's going to be a dynamic day. You definitely do not want to days. You definitely do not want to miss them. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you to my amazing team. I appreciate you so very much. For anybody that has ever been part of my team, you contributed. Please know that you did, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything that you have contributed. And who knows what next week is going to be like? Who knows what next year is going to be like? But today we are celebrating going into our 7th year with Inspired Choices Network. I'm celebrating going into my 15 years in business. What else is possible? Seriously. You know what, my friends, remember, no matter what goes on in your life, no matter what choice you make, I want you to always remember that you can make another choice. Take good care of yourself. Until next week, remember, keep choosing for you. Choose what makes you happy each and every day. Bye for now, my friends. Bye-bye.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.